The purpose of this video is to create awareness of soil erosion in the municipality of Pahuatlán, Puebla, Mexico, to explain the relationship between soil erosion, marginalization, educational lag, and poverty, and to introduce a new solution which is agroforestry and education. Soil is made of three main components, which are minerals that come from the rocks below or nearby, organic matter that is created from the remains of plants and animals, and the living organisms that reside in the soil, such as worms. The proportion of rocks, organic matter, and living organisms are important in determining the type of soil that is present. Nevertheless, other factors such as climate, vegetation, time, the surrounding terrain, and anthropogenic activities such as farming, grazing, and gardening influence on the way soil is formed and the types of soil that occur in a particular landscape. There are 6 types of soil, which are sandy, silty, clay, loamy, peaty, and chalky. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, soil erosion refers to absolute soil losses in terms of topsoil and nutrients. Actually, soil erosion is a natural process in mountainous areas, but it gets worse by poor management practices. The soil is a primary concern to farmers as their main income depends on the fertility of their lands. According to the World Wildlife Fund, the increased demand for agriculture motivates people to convert forests and grasslands to farm fields and pastures. The transition from natural vegetation to agriculture cannot hold onto the soil. The effects of soil erosion go beyond the loss of fertile land. For example, it leads to increased pollution and sedimentation in streams and rivers. Degraded lands are less able to hold onto water, which can worsen flooding. Sustainable land use can help to reduce the impacts of agriculture and livestock, preventing soil erosion and, in the long term, desertification. The causes of soil degradation are agriculture, deforestation, overgrazing, and the use of agrochemicals. When agricultural fields replace natural vegetation, topsoil is exposed and can dry out. The diversity and amount of microorganisms decreases, and nutrients wash out. As in deforestation, plants and trees are cut down. This leaves the soil without plant cover. Erosion occurs and sweeps land into rivers. Overgrazing reduces ground cover, enabling erosion and compaction of the land by wind and precipitation that results in the reduce of the ability for plants to grow and water to penetrate. The excessive use of pesticides and chemicals changes soil composition and disrupts the balance of microorganisms in the soil that stimulates the growth of harmful bacteria. According to data supplied by the Ministry for the Environment and Natural Resources, 64% of Mexico's soils are eroded, with Puebla being the third most affected state of the country. Within the state, the municipality of Pahuatlán in the Sierra Norte suffers severe erosion problems. This process is favored by the mountainous relief, the high rate of precipitation, and the introduction of traditional crops such as corn and beans without implementing conservation measures, but also by high marginalization of the population and the social and economic inequality in the region. The economy of Pahuatlán is based mainly on primary activities. According to the Comité Estatal de Información Estadística y Geográfica del Estado de Puebla, around 85% of Pahuatlán municipality population lives in poverty. The rate of marginalization is high and about 40% suffers of educational lag. This data interrelates because soil erosion is being intensified by the lack of education within the population and the lack of conservation measures implemented in agriculture. Their agriculture is not sustainable, meaning that future generations have not been taken into consideration. As a lot of people do not have a lot of resources, they exploit their lands trying to produce more without knowing that they are damaging them. I believe that the solution for this issue is to implement agroforestry. AFTA defines agroforestry as an intensive land management system that optimizes the benefits from the biological interactions created when trees and shrubs are deliberately combined with crops. Basically, it is to include trees and shrubs with the crops by letting them grow. Once the leaves fall, they will decompose and create organic matter that in the medium to long term will increase the fertility of soil, as it does not interrupt the natural process. It intensifies. As a result of agroforestry, land will stop eroding, lands will produce more without damaging the soil, and as more products will be harvested, profitability will increase. The main difficulty to implement this technique is that first the population will not understand the concept. The solution is to create workshops in which it is explained the actual situation of the soil, the disadvantages of soil erosion, and how the implementation of agroforestry will end the problem and benefit them in the medium to long term. If the population understands the issue and the solution, it is more viable that this project could be done. Thanks for watching the video.